This one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Sister She's Not Allowed to Bring Her Homemade Food to Thanksgiving because her cooking is ruining the meal? So this is a 4-part series. The final update was from 16 days ago, and that one got 66,000 upvotes. It got more upvotes than the first 3 posts combined. So that's what we're heading towards. We're heading towards that finale, but we got to start where it all began for this
Must be
person.
juicy.
It's got to be a juicy story, and I am going into this blind reacting,
So am I.
so it could be kind of funny.
Well, like your stories are blind for me. I
That
read
is
my
true.
stories.
I might burst out laughing while I'm trying to read this. I might not be able to hold it together because I don't know the ending. So we'll see how we do here.
Sounds good.
Every year, our family does a big Thanksgiving dinner, and we all typically bring a dish or two. My sister, who's a lovely person every other way, insists on cooking something homemade every time. The issue? She's not a great cook. And I don't mean just not great. I mean, she somehow managed to turn classic dishes into borderline inedible creations. For context, last Thanksgiving she showed up with her special recipe stuffing that was over-seasoned with random spices like cinnamon and cardamom. It was dry, and the flavors were confusing and totally off for stuffing. Only one person took a small bite, and the rest went untouched. Another year, she brought a green bean casserole that had some kind of strange, chewy texture. She later admitted that she used coconut milk and almond flour to experiment. No one wanted seconds of that either. This year, I'm hosting Thanksgiving. Since I'm responsible for putting it all together, I wanted to keep the menu consistent so that people could actually enjoy a cohesive meal. I thought I'd try to avoid drama by asking her to bring non-food items instead, like wine, soda, or even some flowers. I explained to her, very kindly, I thought, that I just wanted to make things easy and streamlined, and I'd handle the main courses. But she didn't take it well. She got offended and told me I was being controlling and shutting her out of the family gathering. She then accused me of making her feel inadequate and said that Thanksgiving is about everyone contributing, not me deciding what's acceptable. I told her that everyone appreciates her effort, but that she could contribute in other ways and still be a part of it. She doubled down and said she's bringing her famous green bean casserole, whether I like it or not. Now, my mom and a couple other family members have chimed in, saying I should just let her bring whatever she wants because it's Thanksgiving and it's the thought that counts. They're acting like I'm committing some huge offense by wanting the food to be enjoyable for everyone and not have random experimental dishes that no one will eat. But I feel like I'm just trying to keep the meal enjoyable and, frankly, edible. I don't think it's wrong to want guests to actually enjoy the food, especially since I'm putting in a lot of effort to host. Am I really being unreasonable here? Am I the asshole?
I actually think so.
I would
Like,
I would say yeah, kind of soft asshole.
yeah, I think you can just let her make it, and who cares if no one eats it?
Yeah, let her
There's no harm in that.
right? If it's like Thanksgiving, the way that I picture Thanksgiving is always like there's lots of food table and it's kind of buffet style. Like you don't get a plate set in front of you and being like, here's what you have to eat. It's like here's all the dishes. Hey, pass this, pass that. Everybody
Yeah.
creates their own plate. Not like buffet style where like you walk up and then you go sit down, although we kind of do that.
We do, yeah.
But like imagine all the food in the center of the table and like if you want turkey, you ask for turkey. If you don't ask for it, your plate's empty. So you're not forced to eat her food. People can choose to eat their food.
Exactly. Like, yes, I do think from what you're telling us, like, some of the creations are weird.
Totally.
But I don't think you should make her feel bad for that. I think she really wants to. She wants to feel like she has a role in this holiday. So I think there's no harm.
Yeah, and just because you don't like it doesn't mean that there isn't anybody else there that doesn't like it.
Yeah.
You 100% you could be right and nobody eats it, but maybe there's one or two people who actually like it and don't mind it. Whenever we go to Thanksgiving, not every single person has every single dish that's available. Everybody picks what they like.
Exactly.
I will say that like at the beginning, I think you were smart and there wasn't anything wrong with asking her to bring a non-food item.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, this year can you bring the wine? Can you bring the soda? Can you bring the flowers? Nothing wrong with like sneaking that in there and seeing if you can get away with it. But when she says, oh no, I want to bring a casserole disc, don't fight it.
Yeah.
Just let her bring what she wants, and then she will decide what to do. Like me, like if I was bringing, I always bring my rice.
Yeah.
Everybody loves my rice. But if suddenly I changed the recipe in the rice and nobody ate it, I would feel like, oh, I don't want to do that next year.
Exactly. That's
I don't
what I
want to
was
make
wondering
something
as
nobody
well.
wants to eat. So
like, she doesn't have any self-awareness to kind of see that maybe nobody likes my food.
Right?
Like,
That's where I'm like, nobody eats it every single time. Like, do you still want to bring it?
yeah. Like one Thanksgiving, I actually did make a green bean casserole and it didn't turn out good. And I
No.
noticed people didn't
We're
eat it.
not
So I was
scooping
like,
it up.
okay, I am never, ever making this again. Like, I was so embarrassed. And yeah, I don't know. Like, if it's for the purpose of like you don't want food waste, I think that's a different like approach here that you could have taken, but that's not your reasoning.
No.
The reasoning is like
You think nobody likes it.
Yeah, you want people to have edible food. Like,
You're kind of an
they
asshole.
can-
Just
yeah,
let people do what they
I
want to
think
do.
so.
Let them eat what they want to eat. Let them bring what they want to bring.
yeah.
So top comment, info. How does your sister react when no one eats her food? If she reacts poorly, try to push people to try or have seconds and is generally a sourpuss about it, then I think suggesting she take control of wines / crisps and non-baked goods is sensible. But if she doesn't comment or make a big deal, then it really doesn't sound like her cooking badly does any harm. No one eats it, she feels like she's contributed, and all it takes is throwing away the food at the end. Minimal hassle for a peaceful holiday that everyone enjoys. My brother can't cook, but it's tradition that everyone brings something. We just make sure he's not the only one bringing that type of dish. If he's on potatoes, trust me, at least one other person is as well. 2 types of potatoes never hurts anyone, and solves the issue when he doubtlessly brings something else so unappealingly inedible that most refuse to try it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I that's exactly what we said basically.
So OP does put an update at the bottom of this post. Update. All right, well, things have escalated fast. Thanks to everyone who offered advice. I tried to compromise, but it's already turning into a whole thing, and Thanksgiving is still a few weeks away. After our last conversation, my sister was pretty cagey about what she planned to make, so I reached out to my mom, hoping she could help smooth things over. Instead, she got defensive, saying that I'm overthinking and that it's just one dish. I told her I wasn't sure it was just one dish anymore, especially after hearing about my sister's grocery haul, including canned oysters and edible glitter. Then my mom let it slip that my sister has been hard at work on some creative menu she's planning as her Thanksgiving surprise. Apparently, she's been telling the family group chat, which I wasn't included in, by the way, that I'm being controlling and that she wants to expand everyone's palate with something truly unique. To top it off, my cousin sent me a screenshot from the group chat where my sister says she's bringing not 1, but 3 dishes to Thanksgiving now. She's calling them her Thanksgiving Trio Experience, complete with her own place settings and little menu cards she's designing. I'm officially panicking because I have no idea what she's planning to serve, and for what I've heard, it's not remotely traditional. At this point, half the family thinks I'm overreacting, while the other half is texting me with things like, is she really bringing glittered sweet potatoes? I feel stuck. If I try to control it anymore, I'm the bad guy. But if I don't, Thanksgiving might turn into a tasting event for my sister's avant-garde cooking. So yeah, Thanksgiving is weeks away and it's already become a family spectacle. I don't know whether to brace myself or just preemptively order pizza.
So what?
That's what I'm thinking.
So what?
This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, bro, okay. Your sister is a little sensitive. If she wants to bring this fucked up weird dishes, man, and she's doubling down on it, like, dude, just let it go. Let it be. Just make sure everyone else and you are bringing the dishes that you want to
Exactly.
eat. And just don't eat just don't eat what she's offering. Just say no thanks and stick to your traditional meal. Why do you need to be ordering pizza, dude? You're probably handling you're probably handling the turkey. Like,
right? Like, why order pizza? You could still make the same amount of food
and just
that you were planning on making.
Exactly.
If she would bring wine instead. You know what I mean?
It sounds like
make every course that you wanted to.
Yeah. It sounds like you weren't even relying on her for anything.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, she's doing the turkey, she's doing the ham, she's doing the mashed potatoes. You wanted her to bring wine. So everything that she brings is like extra.
Yeah. She's not hosting. She's not forcing you guys to only eat these creations that she's making.
Exactly.
You're hosting. You have full autonomy over what you make and what you feed your guests. And your guests have full autonomy to choose what they want to eat.
Maybe some people will like what she makes.
Edible sweet potatoes sounds delicious.
I think her mom's definitely going to be forced to eat a bunch of it.
Yeah. And the half of the family that says it's fine, like, who cares?
Yeah, they're willing to try it.
They can try it. Like,
honestly, I would just be sitting there enjoying the shit show that is happening because of this stuff.
I think it's entertaining.
3 dishes, glitters going everywhere. I'd be sitting at the head of the table just drinking my beer and laughing.
Yeah.
I will say, though, it sounds like his sister is, like, really far out with, like, creativity and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he is, like, very reserved of, like, everything needs to be traditional and perfect. So much so that he is excluded from a family group chat.
Is OP a guy? Sorry, again.
Oh, maybe not. Doesn't say.
I don't know.
That's through my male lens.
Yeah.
But the part where it says that OP is not included in the group chat has me thinking, like, maybe this person isn't necessarily a very fun person. Like, what is the reason why he's not included in a family group chat?
Maybe.
Can you imagine that everybody else had a family group chat and we weren't included?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a reason that they are not there, because they kind of are like,
you might be onto something.
they create, I don't know.
He's a Grinch.
And then we have this post. So I'm kind of like, feel like there's a reason you're not in the group chat. But so that's part 1. That concludes the first post. So here is the second post. All right. So Thanksgiving is just a little over 2 weeks away, and somehow things have escalated even further than I thought possible. I thought maybe my sister's Thanksgiving trio experience would be the peak of the drama. Well, turns out I was wrong. Since the last update, my sister has become fully committed to making her dishes the main attraction. She's been dropping hints in the family group chat, which I'm still not included in, but shout out to my cousin for the screenshots, about how Thanksgiving will be one to remember, and calling it her Thanksgiving debut. She's apparently been referring to herself as the Thanksgiving head chef, and has hinted that she's bringing some kind of culinary surprise centerpiece that will transform the whole experience. From what I can piece together, she's planning a main statement dish in addition to her original 3-sided dishes. I'm picturing something equally bizarre, but on a much larger scale, and honestly, I'm terrified. If her green bean casserole was already pushing it, I can't even imagine what she thinks worthy of being the centerpiece. Then, to make things weirder, my mom texted me privately suggesting that I step back this year and let my sister shine, since she's so excited about her contributions. My mom thinks if we just give her this moment, it'll make her happy and then she'll get it out of her system. She's even hinted that maybe I should focus on decorations and drinks instead of the main dishes, which feels like an attempt to turn hosting over to my sister without actually saying it. So now I'm left with a choice. Go along with my mom's plan and let my sister essentially hijack Thanksgiving, or keep pushing back and risk my family's showdown. I just wanted a nice Thanksgiving with dishes everyone would enjoy, but it seems like I'm either about to hand over the whole meal to her or prepare for some serious drama. Thanksgiving isn't even here yet, and it already feels like a circus. I am half tempted just to sit back and see what chaos unfolds, but part of me is still worried about subjecting the whole family to whatever artistic statement she has planned.
Okay, well, things are changing now. Circumstances are changing. My opinion is changing, I think.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. Well, like, she can't expect you to host at your home and then the sister bring all the food. I don't know. I feel like then she should host.
That was kind of what I was thinking. I was like, what if the sister wants all of this? Then she should host. This is my year to host. So part of me would be like, for me, I would be like, okay, you can bring whatever you want. I don't care. You can bring 17 dishes. I don't care. I hope you bring a table for all of it, right? Here's what I'm doing. These are the meals that I'm making. Yeah. I am making the turkey. I'm making the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, and whatever, and corn, whatever it is. The oven is mine. The kitchen space is mine. I am cooking and prepping in the kitchen. You can do whatever you want, but keep in mind there's only so much counter space. Mm-hmm. There's only so much table space for the table. The turkey is going in the middle of the table.
That's the centerpiece.
That is the centerpiece. Okay. I am making all this stuff. You can do whatever you want. You bring so much, like, I don't know what you plan to bring, how you plan to keep it warm because you're not using my oven. This is me hosting.
It also just seems like it's not practical for her to host.
Yeah.
For OP to host at her home, but the sister to bring all the food for the entire family, like, it's not practical.
Yeah, for OP to host at his home and for the sister to
His
bring...
or her.
I know, I'm just making a joke because you said her. You didn't say his or her. You said her. That's why I'm saying the opposite side. Yeah.
Or they or theirs.
I would essentially be like, you do whatever you want. I'm making what's over here. The oven is mine. Put it together however you want. Keep in mind you have limited space on table and stuff. Hope you bring a side table for it all. But then there's the part where mom is fighting him and he's like, I don't want to cause a disturbance in the family. Me, I'm like, if it causes a disturbance, that's a you problem. This is happening over me. He's trying to save the whole family. So everybody that's there, I would just be like, asking them, be like, hey, would you still like me to make the classics? Or do you want to eat the fucking experiment going on over here?
Yeah.
Let the family decide.
Sorry.
You're trying to save the family. But have they really asked for it? Because it seems like there's a whole group chat who's excited about her food.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I would just take a step back and just say, okay, she can host.
Yeah, I personally would take a step back, and if she say she wants to host, and just enjoy the shit show.
Yeah, exactly.
Top comment. Maybe suggest that the entire dinner be at either your sister's house or your mother's house. That way you can go and enjoy the chaos without having to clean up before or after.
Exactly.
Oh, man. I would be like, you know you're cleaning up, right?
Yeah.
Whatever mess you bring, glitter, you're cleaning up.
I feel like also it would be kind of weird for her to bring all the food to OP's house. Then I feel like if someone were doing that to me, I would feel like I'm still responsible for my guests' satisfaction of the food and stuff.
No, I wouldn't feel that way because I'm like, you've made it perfectly clear that this is the food that you're bringing. But he had already planned for her to only bring wine. So there's a whole meal that everybody else and him or her is creating that doesn't involve her. So everything she's bringing is extra. So
yeah.
I don't see why he can't just say, yeah, just do what you want, bring it. But keep in mind, I don't know what your centerpiece is. There's no oven.
The mom is saying, take a step back. The mom is saying,
I'd be like, if you want me to take a step back, then you host.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a step back in my own house.
Exactly.
All right. Getting into part 3. Another update. Here we are, the day before Thanksgiving, and things have continued to spiral. I decided to let my sister move forward with her trio experience, since pushing back more would only make things worse. I thought we had a plan. She'd bring her dishes, I'd make sure that there was plenty of other options to keep the peace. This morning, my mom let me know that my sister is now adding a surprise dish to her contributions. She's been very secretive about what it is, which has everyone nervous after her past attempts. My mom thinks it's sweet that my sister is putting in so much effort, but a few other family members are not as optimistic. My cousin texted me privately asking if I had backup food ready, and my dad casually mentioned bringing extra rolls, just in case. At this point, I've decided to stick with the plan and let her have her moment, but still have a few traditional dishes on hand so no one goes hungry. Tomorrow will probably be chaotic, but it should at least make for a memorable holiday. Wish me luck. I'll update after Thanksgiving if anything noteworthy happens.
Okay, now I'm a bit confused because people are saying have backups, but apparently there's half of the side of the family that are excited about this.
Is it half or is it just the mom and daughter?
Right?
I'm very confused on how the scale is here.
Yeah.
But at this point, if I'm being told not to make anything and just let her do it, it depends on how much you want a Thanksgiving. If this was me, we have multiple Thanksgiving, right? We have Thanksgiving at your parents, and then we have Thanksgiving at my side of the family.
So Friendsgiving.
Yeah. So if one of them was going crazy, I could give it up to watch a shit show. Yeah. And then when it all goes to shit, I could just order pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would be totally fine with I'm not eating. Sorry, I tried it. I'm not eating any of this stuff. Anybody want pizza? How many pizzas should we order? To humiliate.
Yeah.
That's what I would be down for. But if this is your only Thanksgiving and you want the classic Thanksgiving food, maybe you just have it as a backup ready.
Yeah, I would agree.
Top comment. Honestly wish you would have just given the reins over to your sister entirely and sat back with a nice glass of wine to watch the circus unfold. LOL. Because honestly, it's pretty rude what she's done already, and having not taken the hint that her food is gross, and having your mother and others play into it, I would let them reap what they've sown. But hey, I'm excited to check back tomorrow to see what godforsaken concoction your sister made.
God.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for this last update.
me too. But yeah, I would just be like sitting back with my wine and beer and
Yeah.
just checking it out.
Yeah.
All right, final update. This one came in with 66,000 upvotes now.
By the way, this is from AITAH. I don't know if you said that. I think we should state them at the beginning of every
Yeah, we should do that from now on.
because there's one from every like big.
So this is
subreddit.
AITAH, as Teresa said. Good job, Teresa. Thank you. Thanksgiving dinner is officially over, and I genuinely don't know where to start. I feel like I just lived through a fever dream of culinary chaos and family drama, and I need a moment to breathe before I can process everything. My cousin and I are headed out for drinks to dissect all of it because honestly, what just happened deserves its own Netflix special. I'll post photos later when I get home, but for now, let me try to give you the rundown. Oh my God, me personally, I would have been setting up the cameras for all of this. I would have been making a YouTube video out of this shit show. Okay. So my sister showed up earlier than expected, which I should have seen coming. She came in like a storm, carrying not just her 3 dishes, but also this giant platter wrapped in foil, which she was clearly trying to make a big deal about. She immediately started rearranging the table, moving my dishes to the side so hers could take center stage. She even brought her own table runner and candles, saying something about setting the mood for a creative dining experience. I decided not to fight her on it because, at this point, I just wanted to get through the night without a blow up. Her trio experience was, well, let's just say it was everything I feared and more.
Oh God.
She started with glittery sweet potato mash that somehow managed to taste like a mix of sugar and sand. The glitter wasn't even edible glitter.
Oh.
It was craft glitter, which I didn't realize until one of the kids said, "This is crunchy," and I looked closer. Then there was the cranberry and oyster relish. Yes,
Oh my God.
oysters and cranberry. It looked like someone had spilled jam into clam chowder, and the smell alone was enough to make me lose my appetite.
With the glitter though?
It's not edible.
Is she trying to kill everybody?
This reminds me
With
of
microplastics?
this reminds me of Big Brother this year with the girl who brought edible
Oh.
glitter in. Oh my God.
My God.
Finally, she brought a pumpkin curry casserole that had raisins in it for some reason and this weird fishy smell that clung in the air for way too long.
Ugh.
I was going to say, like, bring whatever you want, but if she brought like a seafood platter, my appetite would be ruined from all the smell in the house.
Yeah.
I can't handle that.
We don't like seafood.
Yeah, okay. But the piece de resistance was her surprise centerpiece dish, which turned out to be a turkey gelatin mold. Yes, she took ground turkey, mixed it with some kind of broth and seasonings, and turned it into a wobbly, translucent mold shaped like a turkey.
Oh God.
She even garnished it with parsley and cherry tomatoes to make it festive. I wish I were kidding. The entire table went silent when she unveiled it, except for my cousin, who immediately started coughing to cover up what I'm pretty sure was a laugh. Things hit their peak when my mom, who had been defending her this entire time, took one bite of the gelatin mold and just froze. She didn't say anything, but you could see the regret on her face. My sister, noticing the lack of enthusiasm, decided to go down on this long speech about how Thanksgiving food is too boring and how she's been trying to challenge our palates. She even called my ham and mashed potatoes uninspired, which was rich coming from someone serving glitter and sand potatoes. The breaking point came when my aunt, who's usually the peacekeeper, tried the gelatin mold and actually gagged.
Oh my God.
She tried to be polite about it, but my sister saw her reaction and completely lost it. She started yelling about how nobody in the family supports her and how we're all stuck in the past with her unoriginal food. She even accused me of sabotaging her dishes by not hyping them up enough for everyone. At this point, half the table was trying not to laugh, and the other half was just staring at their plates, probably wondering how we got here. My sister ended up storming out of the house, but not before saying something along the lines of, "You'll regret not appreciating my vision when I'm famous." She left most of her food behind, which my cousin and I quietly threw out after dinner. The rest of the night actually turned out pretty nice once the tension was gone. My dad's emergency ham was a lifesaver, and everyone agreed that next year we're either going to a restaurant or just skipping Thanksgiving altogether. So now I'm sitting here wondering how this became my life. I'll post photos later because y'all need to see the turkey gelatin mold
my
to
God.
believe it. But for now, I'm off to grab a drink, or 3, with my cousin to laugh/cry over everything that went down. This Thanksgiving was truly something else, and I don't know whether to feel relieved it's over or brace myself for whatever fresh chaos my sister has planned for next year. Stay tuned for photos. It's going to be worth it.
Wait, what do you mean next year? What about Christmas?
I was going to say, what about Christmas? Oh my God.
Where are these photos?
Bro, I will admit that a gelatin mold turkey is actually kind of cool. But you could have used that mold for actual Jello as the dessert.
Yeah.
Imagine a red Jello turkey.
That would be pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is funny. This is hilarious. I would just be sitting back enjoying this shit show. And when she tried to leave, I'd be like, "Hey, if you're not cleaning this up, don't bring anything next year."
Yeah, exactly.
I love it how it wasn't even OP who was like, he didn't gag on it.
I
He
know.
didn't like try it and it was shit.
It was all the people that were like, "Oh, let her do her thing. Let her do her thing."
and then you're forcing the little kids to have to suffer through that. I would just, be sitting there and being like, I am not putting any of that on my plate, but you guys have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Top comment. Craft glitter is crazy. I'm pretty sure it's actually a health hazard.
It
and
is.
You better keep looking at your kids in case they feel bad.
Yeah, no, it is. It's not. Like, it's literally plastic.
Yeah.
Isn't glitter made of like microplastics?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is glitter made of?
There's no post for pictures
I
on
know,
the
I'm
page.
trying to look. Yeah, plastic and aluminum. Jesus.
That's bad.
Yeah, where's the pictures? We should message them.
Yeah, so unfortunately no pictures to post. Maybe
I'm
they'll
gonna
come back
message
soon.
them. I'm gonna message them.
Okay. That was a whirlwind. That was good. Good starter.
Yeah, that was really good. I wish we had pictures, but oh, that was long.
How do we move on from that?
I know, right? I
Yeah.
hope the rest are just as good.
I can't wait for some ham for Thanksgiving
Like Thanksgiving food?
or Christmas.
Thanksgiving
Christmas
is-
coming up. My bad. We still haven't.
Sorry,
I know
when
this
we-
is after Christmas for you guys, but we haven't had Christmas yet.
Yes, we're as we said in the past.
But they
We
know.
are bulking.
They know we're bulking. They know.
Yes. Okay.